Imagine giving up the entire British throne for love, or having your most intimate, steamy phone call leaked to the whole world. What if a princess had to choose between the man she loved and her royal duty and lost everything? These aren't scenes from a soap opera. These are the real, jaw-dropping scandals from the British royal family's most forbidden romances. From kings abdicating to secret affairs that destroyed marriages and divided the nation, the royals have always had a wild side when it comes to love. Today, we're diving into the most scandalous royal romances that left the world shocked, the tabloids exploding, and the monarchy scrambling. Stick around, you won't believe how far some of them went. Number 1. The romance that changed the monarchy forever. King Edward VIII and Wallis Simpson. In 1936, King Edward VIII was the ultimate playboy king, charming, modern, and head over heels for an American socialite named Wallis Simpson. The problem, Wallis had already been divorced, twice, and she was still married to her second husband when their affair heated up. The British establishment was horrified. A divorced woman as queen? Never. The Church of England said no, Parliament said no, and the public was split. But Edward didn't care. He told the world in his famous abdication speech, "I have found it impossible to carry the heavy burden of responsibility and to discharge my duties as king as I would wish to do without the help and support of the woman I love." He gave up the throne for her. His brother became King George VI, and Edward became the Duke of Windsor. They married in 1937, but Wallis was never given the title Her Royal Highness. The family basically shunned them. Was it true love, or did Wallis crave power? To this day, people argue about whether she was the villain or the victim. One thing's for sure, this scandal nearly broke the monarchy. Fast forward to the 1950s, Princess Margaret and group captain Peter Townsend, the ultimate forbidden love story. Princess Margaret, the glamorous younger sister of Queen Elizabeth II, fell hard for Peter Townsend, a handsome, divorced war hero who served as her father's equerry. Their chemistry was electric. They got caught kissing at Balmoral, and the romance exploded into a national crisis. Princess was only 22, and under royal rules at the time, she needed the Queen's permission to marry. But Peter was a divorcee, and the Church of England still frowned heavily on that. The press went wild with headlines like "Princess in Love." They were separated for 2 years while Peter was posted abroad. When Margaret turned 25 and could decide for herself, the pressure was insane. In the end, she chose duty over love. In 1955, she released a heartbreaking statement. She would not marry Townsend. Many say this decision haunted her for life. She later married someone else, but that ended in divorce too. Peter Townsend called it a deep sadness that followed her. Talk about a love that could have been, but the crown came first. Now, the scandal that dominated the 1990s and still gets talked about today, Prince Charles and Camilla Parker Bowles, and the very public heartbreak of Princess Diana. Charles and Camilla's story started long before he married Diana. They were close in the 1970s, but Camilla married someone else. Years into Charles and Diana's fairy tale wedding, the cracks showed. Charles turned back to Camilla. The affair became impossible to hide. Then came the bombshell, a secretly recorded intimate phone call from 1989 leaked in 1993. In it, Charles famously joked about wanting to live inside your trousers and even said he'd come back as a tampon. The tabloids called it Camillagate or Tampongate. The public was stunned and furious. Diana later called it a marriage of three, and in her explosive 1995 Panorama interview, she confirmed the pain. Charles admitted adultery on TV in 1994. The War of the Waleses played out in headlines, books, and leaked tapes. Diana had her own affairs too, including one with writing instructor James Hewitt, which she openly admitted in that same interview. She said she was in love with him, but felt let down when details went public. The scandals contributed to their 1996 divorce. Camilla became the most hated woman in Britain for a while. But fast forward, Charles and Camilla married in 2005, and she's now Queen Camilla. From villains to royals, the ultimate redemption arc, or proof that royal love always finds a way. Let's not forget the modern chapter that's still unfolding, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Harry met Meghan, the divorced American actress, on a blind date in 2016. Their whirlwind romance felt like a fresh, modern fairy tale. They married in 2018 in a stunning ceremony watched by billions. But behind the scenes, things got complicated fast. Accusations flew, family tensions, media wars, claims of racism within the institution. In their 2021 Oprah interview, Harry and Meghan dropped major bombshells about their struggles. They stepped back as senior royals, moved to California, and released a Netflix series plus Harry's memoir, Spare, which revealed even more intimate family drama. Some see it as a love story against all odds. Others call it the latest royal scandal tearing the family apart. Harry has even drawn comparisons to his great-great-uncle Edward, another prince who chose love and left the royal fold. Is history repeating itself? Only time will tell. From abdications that shook the empire, to leaked phone calls that humiliated a future king, to princesses sacrificing happiness for duty, and modern royals rewriting the rules, the British royal family's romances have always been dramatic, passionate, and incredibly scandalous. These love stories remind us that even behind the crowns, palaces, and protocols, the royals are human, with hearts that sometimes lead them into total chaos. Which royal scandal shocked you the most? Edward giving up the throne, the Camillagate tapes, Princess Margaret's heartbreaking choice, or Harry and Meghan's exit? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one.